Hello Virgo, and welcome to your reading for the 28th of June until the 4th of July. These are general readings, so please take what resonates and discard the rest. And we're just going to call in the archangels, ascended masters, light beings, spirit guides, our higher selves, and any other higher consciousness collectives that would like to be a part of this reading would be most appreciated. And so Virgo, we're going to grab a card now. I'm just cutting the deck here. The one on the top is, here we have the Four of Wands. A very celebratory energy here. It's looking like you are feeling supported in what you're doing at the moment, or perhaps you've reached a milestone or an achievement, or there's a realization that's happened for you that's a really positive thing. We're also just now going to grab a card from the Starseed Oracle for your crossing energy to see how this ties in. And and then we'll continue with the reading. So we're going to cut the deck here now. And you have, wow, the Void. And it says, stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. Now, at the moment here in the Southern Hemisphere, we are having winter months, but if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, you're probably having the summer months. So you might not be embracing winter, you might be embracing summer. But here we have this idea of the great cosmic womb and this idea of slowing down and going within. And this kind of looks almost the opposite type of energy, doesn't it? Where you're kind of sharing with others, you're sharing your, your good times, your celebrations, your achievements. And let's grab some more cards to see if there's any other info around this that we can gather. So, Wands are very spiritual energy, very inspirational. So your Four of Wands there, you're quite possibly feeling quite inspired at this time. There could be another underlying energy, which might be a bit of a call. You might feel that there's some things that are deeper within you that you want to address as well. Let's grab this card now for something that's just happened. And here we have the Moon. Isn't that interesting? That is about you, Virgo, looking into your subconscious, looking at things that were once perhaps hidden within you that are now coming forward to be addressed. It could even be, old patterns that you're releasing, perhaps, old ways of being, an old lifestyle, you're replacing it with a new lifestyle. These cards, these two here are quite similar energies in that it's about going within to really get in touch with and access all of the deep, rich material that underlies all of our everyday conscious, activities and the way what we're thinking and feeling about on a daily basis. Okay, so this is to do with your soul, your spirit, all of those deeper things. So, and I think just recently, perhaps you've felt a call to that type of energy, or that it is a major arcana card, so you could well be feeling that you're going through a bit of a phase of releasing subconscious patterns that are no longer serving you. Let's grab a card now that's a past energy that you're bringing forward, or a talent or skill. And here we have the Devil. Yeah, so this could be about attachments. And what's happening, I think, here, Virgo, is that these attachments you are bringing up into your conscious mind. Okay. Now, it doesn't have to be, attachments to money or certain types of foods and things like that. It could be anything, all right? The Devil is always in the deck to remind us that, there's light and dark in all of us, okay? And sometimes our conditioning has caused us to perhaps adopt habits and ways of thinking, even our own self-concept, how we view ourselves, may be, tainted a bit. So it could be anything for you, Virgo, that either you feel attached to, or something that an unhelpful belief that you feel that you may have been perhaps that sort of carried through over the years. But But this energy in the middle here is sort of suggesting that you may well have actually released that, okay? That you may, or it could be that you know what you need to do in order to release those things, or you're working on it. Maybe you're starting on maybe you're doing a trauma release program, or you're doing some meditation that's working on those things. And this here energy could even be your moon energy could be you looking into your past lives. So sometimes when these deeper energies come up for addressing, sometimes it does move us in the direction of personal growth and spiritual development, and that can be an opportunity for us to then grow beyond our conditioning and beyond those things that have been holding us back. Okay, let's grab a card now, Virgo, for something that is likely to, transpire as a result of this. And here we have the Five of Cups. Yeah. So it's going to be about you looking at those things that have perhaps held you back. But it's almost that I think you may, because of this positive energy here, Virgo, that I think you're aware that there are other, great positive things in your life. And, there's literally the party balloons here, which is kind of a little bit like, the party's going on over here. So it's sort of like, this makes sense to me now because you're doing two things at once, okay? There are things that you are celebrating, that you're feeling good about, but there's also things that you feel that need addressing, and you might need to go within to look at that. Yeah, so this is quite interesting. And we've just mentioned, those things that you're looking at could be unhelpful beliefs, attachments to things that you feel is holding you back. Possibly addictions, if that resonates. Let's grab a card now for your opportunity here, Virgo. And the Five of Swords. So, yeah, it could be that there's going to be an opportunity for you to experience a situation where perhaps there's going to be a disagreement, but it might be a challenge or a call for you to express yourself clearly, to speak your truth. And yeah, so what I was talking about here also was that these opposites, and with those solstice energies too, it's we're having a lot of energies that are influxing on the earth at the moment. So we are kind of dealing with a lot of things coming in. A lot of us are releasing stuff, but we're also in a stepping into new earth mode. So we're kind of feeling that high frequency and going, yeah, and then it's sort of like, then the next day we might be feeling like, oh, I got to release, or do I really have to face that? Or, so this could be this toing and froing going on. And it could be an opportunity for you to perhaps, there may be others that are going through a similar thing, okay? But this might be a challenge for you to just get clear, or to come up with some strategies to, for instance, if this person is the observer and this one is the perpetrator and this is the victim here, okay, it could be an opportunity for you to move into observer mode. So if here, and this might even just be talking about positive and negative. So it might be if you're going from celebration one day to, deep introspection and questioning and just wanting to be by yourself, that you really just observe yourself in those times. And I think we're being called to be observers now. We are having to master our thoughts and to really create an awareness in us that we have the ability to choose what we place our focus on. And on this note, I'm actually just going to grab, I scored this it's about 100 cards here from this. It's called a Buddhist, Buddha Reflections of Buddha cards. And there's like 4 stacks here, but I'm just going to grab one. And we're just going to grab a little card here because, the Buddha is just really almost that, the epitome of mindfulness and meditation. And, okay, so 2 cards actually there's 3 cards that just fell out. The one on the top is Birth, old age, and death are all suffering. Grief, regret, discomfort, sadness, and despair are all suffering. The 5 factors of attachment are suffering. So yeah, it's like we are actually needing to move into vibrations other than that, and that to realize that our soul essence is not, our soul does not suffer, because it is that light aspect of us. It is our external personalities. It is the one over here, the ego, that engages in the suffering. Okay. We have another one here. If you dwell on bad thoughts, then your life will be full of negativity. However, if you don't allow bad thoughts, you will be free of all things negative. So it's a bit hard to not allow negative thoughts, but this is a bit of a call to just that, a reminder that, you know, what we focus on is what we kind of get, and it's also what we focus on is the vibration that we create within us. So, you know, Virgo, at the moment, you kind of got this and you've got this, although this is not really a negative thing, but it could be talking more about, you know, these 2 cards here. So, you know, if you're feeling this is, you know, like the grief and the sadness, and if you're going through a process of grief, you do need to allow yourself to do that and hold space for yourself. And this could be what this card here is suggesting too, is to hold space for yourself, you know. And we have one more here. It says, one well-chosen word or one well-chosen line of poetry which brings the listener peace is better than 1,000 spoken in vain. So that could be a call to find some poetry or some type of writing or some form of communication that is really uplifting. It might be a type of music, okay, that's going to help as well. One verse of the Buddha's teaching, which is certain to bring the listener peace, is better than 1,000 spoken for no reason. Okay, so yeah, so finding some words and some poetry or some writing that could be really uplifting for you at this time. And also this idea, Virgo, to remember that, you know, you can be your own inner observer. If you are going to be faced with an opportunity to, I guess, engage in a communication, or if someone is attempting to assert their ego over you, and that in an inconsiderate way, okay, it's perhaps a challenge for you to really just let this person know that, you know, you don't appreciate the way that they've conducted themselves and what they've been doing. And then just leave it at that. So just become the observer, okay, after that, and just see. But, yeah, and it might be worth also talking to someone to gain some support. And maybe if you feel a little unskilled with assertion, then I'm no expert in assertion, okay? So it might be that you might want to just talk to a counsellor or look up some assertion skills and tactics if you feel that you might need to. And that's not to create a fight, it's just to really be in your strength and power rather than being overpowered by another person's energy, okay? And a lot of what we're going through now is navigating the energetics, because we are all becoming more sensitive and we need to navigate that. I've been experiencing this just recently. Let's grab a card now, Virgo, for your something deeper, a deeper desire. Wow, Ice of Wands, yeah. Spiritual beginning, inspiration, spiritual connection. And you have the Four of Wands here. So this is a really positive thing. You're moving into a real spiritual phase. And I think it's sort of looking to me, Virgo, like there's some almost rapid fire spiritual growth that you're going through, because it's looking here like you are releasing things on one day, and the next day you're kind of moving up in frequency, okay? And then might be a few days later you might be releasing something else. And yeah, so it's really going to be a case of coming back to source, coming back to your alignment. Could almost be an earth standing meditation, which I've just been doing this recently, which is standing on the earth, breathing in to the heart chakra. And then as you breathe out, you breathe down through the lower chakras into the earth. then breathe up through the lower chakras to the heart again. So the heart is the center, okay? And then breathing out through the top. So we're breathing into the heart every time, and then we're breathing out the opposite direction, into the heart, out, in, out, okay? That could be a nice aligning breath meditation that you could do. Because, yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going over the top when I say that some of these energies at the moment are really ripping us the F around. Like, we are getting ripped around energetically. But that's also, I'm not saying that I'm being defeatist in that. I'm also saying that we also have the resilience and the strength to deal with this. Okay, grounding on the earth, standing out in nature, major. I've been for a few days now without doing my daily walk, and I've just began to feel like really overwhelmed energetically. And then I just did a walk this morning outside for half an hour, and big difference. I also did some sound. I have a tambourine. I just did some sound clearing, okay? Also got my beautiful crystals out. Also grabbed some aromatherapy. So if those, any of those things resonate for you, Virgo, they are also really great little, strategies you can use. And previously, I used to kind of not really take it seriously, but just recently, I'm like, you know what, I'm taking this stuff seriously because it does work, and I think we really need to be looking after our energy fields right now. Let's grab a card, Virgo, for your, this could be in your environment or how others see you. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so this is about you, also more cups. So on the emotional side of things, you're moving towards something that's going to be more fulfilling. Maybe others view you as that at times that perhaps, you don't want to be a part of what they're doing. But that's fine, because this is an ability to move perhaps to a higher frequency. Okay. This might be, moving away here. This could be that maybe if these cups here that you're thinking about are, not, they're not, obviously it's causing you some upset. And it could be that sometimes when we change our environment or we move away from things, change the frequency of our environment, then that can really help us to shift into a frequency that's going to help us, where we can feel our inner resilience, our inner center. And I'll just put in right now that it's one thing to be ungrounded and be upset and feel like sad and everything. And it's another thing to be in our center and feeling sad and ungrounded. Sorry, when you're in our center, we're not ungrounded. Sorry, we're not, we are grounded when we're in our center. But I guess what I'm saying is that at the very least, if you feel upset and that you're down about something, almost the best thing you can do for yourself is to ground yourself in nature, which is to go out and get some of those electromagnetic energies from the earth, because at the moment the energies are such that if you're really upset and ungrounded and you don't ground yourself, okay, it's not going to help. You need to be grounding constantly, almost daily. And on that note as well, you can also do your own energy healing. When I mentioned that breath work, you can also lie down, feel the energy coming through your palms of your hands, and just work on your lower chakras. That can be really grounding. So placing your palms on your thighs, on your sacral chakra, on your solar plexus, even on your heart chakra. Working on the lower chakras can help to ground your energy, okay, as well. Or you might like to go to an energy healer and ask them to do that for you, or get them to sense into your energy field as well. Whatever resonates, okay? Let's grab a card now, Virgo, for your something you might be concerned about, or it could be a long-term goal. And here we have, long-term goal, 9 of Cups. So this is emotional fulfillment, peace, and here we have, once again, the alignment. And I really love, this is almost my favourite deck, this Everyday Witch Tarot, because a lot of these cards, the people are out in nature. Look at this, she's actually going for a walk into the forest, which is just gorgeous. I love the forest. I have one not too far from here. And we have the beach here as well, okay? And I think this is a goal of yours to just become, perhaps that is that thing of becoming more aligned and centered within yourself. And here, something's happened recently where perhaps you found a group of people that does help you to come into alignment and joy and happiness, okay, which is fantastic. But I guess when you go home and if you're not with these people, then there may be other things in life that you are addressing, okay, that need perhaps some deep work. And I think, Virgo, you're not the only ones going through a lot of deep releasing at the moment, but, releasing these things is also something that you're doing. But we are multidimensional, multifaceted beings, and we have the ability even to be like this in centeredness, feeling, at one with our souls while we are releasing all of that stuff, okay? We are freaking amazing. We need to give ourselves a pat on the back. Let's grab a best course of action card for you now, Virgo. And here we have awakening. Okay, so this is to continue to move towards what you feel resonates with your soul, moving towards what you feel puts you in alignment. And this could also be a call to bring in some music that you feel is invigorating. And it might be that you like to use some meditation music as well for relaxation. So music is another one of those subtle energy strategies and technologies that we can use to help lift our frequency. Music is very powerful for that, okay? So I did mention previously, using the rattle or to clear the your energy field, aromatherapy crystals, and, music is a big one, okay? So Virgo, you are going through an awakening, and it hasn't been easy, and it's not easy for any of us, but you have what it takes here, and your deep wish is to be in alignment with your spirit and your soul, and what we focus on is what we create. So keep focusing on that, and and if challenges arise, just know that you can move into observer mode, okay? But that it's also fine to speak your truth. And of course, if the other person is not receiving that, then you can even acknowledge that and say, well, I'm noticing that you're not really receiving what I'm saying, so I'm just going to leave you with that, and I'll see you another time. Bye for now. Something like that. And you're doing also this beautiful moon energy, so paying attention to your dreams, perhaps doing a dream journal, writing out some things, and looking at anything you're wanting to release, okay, out of your life, and creating some rituals for yourself as well, some daily rituals, and grounding. Yes, we're going to end on that. Earthing, grounding, and being out in nature is really awesome. So Virgo, I look forward to our next reading. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have an awesome day, a lovely week, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.